Hello! Before this video gets started, this is Editing Navon. I just want to say a few things. One, this video you're about to watch was filmed like a month ago because I'm terrible at editing things. So it just took me so long to make this edit work. But it was recorded a while ago. Number two, thanks for watching. The first Univox video is at 1.1K views right now, which is mind-boggling. Again, thanks for watching that video. It's crazy. It's weird. Hopefully you guys like this video too. I guess I'm just one of the few people on YouTube to make a video on a Univox Hi-flier. I thought it was a common guitar, but I guess I'm just out here. But yeah, thanks guys for watching. Sorry the upload schedule's been a little wacky. Again, I'm in school, so what are you gonna do about it? And that's really it, man. Just thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and enjoy the video. Deuce. Okay, everybody, welcome to Navon fixes the Univox again. So, well, let me grab the guitar so I have something to hold. We'll do some looks at it because you guys like it. So I decided to do another Univox video because the last time I did one, it blew up when I unboxed it. But I didn't want to do one unless I had a reason to do it, or if I had, new equipment, new cameras, and new stuff to do. So I figured I have a GoPro now, a head-mounted GoPro, so you can see both my hands. We can just take a gander at everything. You can see all the scratches, like all the wear and tear this bad boy's been through, but I still love it. I love this neck. This is my favorite part. I love the little stripe that runs through there, and I love how like aged it is. But today we're gonna be fixing a few things, and we're probably gonna be discussing a few things. So let's just get into it. Basically, thanks everyone who watched the first time. I really appreciate it. 700 views is a lot of views for me. So I will hopefully get more money, and I will buy more Hi-flier knockoffs, Mosrite copies in the future. But for right now, that's my only one. Poor people life, honestly. I don't plan on modifying it any further. I just wanted to keep it like original spec because it's vintage, so I want to keep it, kind of stock. So in that vein, we're gonna modify it a little bit. So let's go through the mods. So number one, we're not replacing the tuners. We have to replace a part that's missing from the tuners. So if we take a look on the, oops, should probably actually, there we go. On the back of this headstock, I don't know if you guys can tell, let's get it in the light. There's two screws missing on the top two tuners. So I think only one was missing when I originally got the guitar. I don't know what happened to the other one, but we got to replace those because the gears slowly fall out as you play, and you got to keep pushing them back in. Not ideal, and I want to just replace the screws. Tuners are going to stay the same, but you can't really find screws for vintage tuners anywhere. They're just not available. I'm trying to talk with my hands so you guys have something to look at. But you can't find vintage screws anywhere. So I just bought these Grover tuners that have the screws on them, and we'll just take the screws out, and then if I ever happen to want to swap some Grover tuners onto something, I will. So that's what these are for. And then we got to replace one other thing. Ba-boom, ba-booba. You can see, hopefully, that this this strap button is not a strap button. It's just a fucking screw. So I just yeeted a screw in there, and we don't want a screw in there. We want a strap button. So I went looking for some Univox buttons. Here's the OEM one. I went looking for them, and I couldn't really find any online, but I figured out that Taisco basically used the same buttons. All those Japanese manufacturers from the 70s pretty much all came out of the same factory, so they all used basically the same parts. So I was able to find a pair. I'll grab the other one. A pair of vintage Tisco strap locks. So I'm gonna stick one of these on. I'm just gonna stick this one on. One of them's a little messed up, but I don't mind. I only need one. And then I pulled this screw. It's not vintage, sadly. I was looking for screws all around, and I have, you know, I've replaced a lot of strap buttons with strap locks before, and there's a ton of stuff I've done where I have like just a whole bunch of strap button screws, but these old Japanese guitars don't use normal strap button screws. They use like skinnier screws, so I couldn't fit any of the screws that I had available. So I actually took this out of let me go grab it. I actually took this out of a Glary. Okay. So like I was saying, I actually took this strap button out of this Glary. It's a Glary. It was $60, and I've like smashed it repeatedly, so you can see. So I do want to mod this guitar a little bit more. I'd like to try my hand at relicking it. I think that would be kind of fun, but this is not the focus of this video. This is just a bass I bought so that I could have a bass when I'm making music. And I have some gold strap locks that I think I'm just gonna chuck on here. I used to own a Epiphone loose seal, and the strap locks are on there, so I think I'm just gonna chuck the gold strap locks on that. So we're gonna put this over here. Oh fuck. This is really weird to do. I just want to let you guys know that. So if you have never done something like this, it's pretty simple. It's just screws. And while we're doing it, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the guitar, I guess. And, you know, I've read pretty much all the comments. There's like 10, I think. And so I just want to talk about a couple of them. So one commenter brought up the fact that, because I was saying the switch was so good, that the switch looks to be a replacement. I actually looked up this is a Phase 3. I looked up all the Phase 3 Hi-fliers, and it looks like most of them do actually come with this chrome switch, and they don't. Some of the older ones come with like a tan tip on it, and it seems like maybe towards the end of some cycles, or maybe when they're running out with some of these switches, they stole some switches from other brands, but this is the OEM switch. These are OEM knobs. So electronics is all OEM. The only thing that's not original is this bar, and that's because I bought a reproduction. So, and then the stuff we put on today is gonna be non-original. But other than that, this is full original spec. Someone's really went ham on these neck bolts. I should probably replace those at some point, but I'll probably do it when I'm doing a setup. It's hard to frame this. I don't, because I have the GoPro tilted like way down, but like it's showing exactly where I'm looking, so it's kind of weird. It's hard to film like this. This is my first POV video, so you know, I figured might as well put as many eyes as possible on it for no reason. Let's just get into it. I'm taking too long. One of the commenters commented that I took way too long to open up the box. I did. I apologize. So, and then someone else said that they had found one in their, they had one in their closet, and they went to go look up stuff for it, and my video came up. So these guitars aren't like super worth a lot, I guess, because he was excited because he was like, I didn't realize they were worth so much. And so they're kind of not worth too much. They just kind of blew up during COVID. They used to be like $300, $300 to $500 back in the day, or like $600. They were like actually affordable. And then by back in the day, I mean 3 years ago. I don't know why it made it sound like I'm an old man. But they're not worth a whole lot. And really, paying $800 for this one, I overpaid. Like I knew I overpaid when I bought it. I've seen some of them on Reverb selling for over $1,000. You should probably not buy one for over $1,000. Look locally. Someone was selling a white one locally for $500, or just buy the Eastwood ones, the Eastwood copies, because they're basically the same as far as I've heard. So I'd like to get an Eastwood copy to see how it compares to a real one. I'd probably be the only person on YouTube who would compare that, but You know, I would like just like to see it. But as far as I know, the Eastwood ones are basically the same because they got the rights to everything because the rights were just like hanging out in limbo. So just wanted to let you guys know. So they're like while they are worth a lot now, if you're looking to buy one, probably hold off until like COVID's done and like, you know, the markets of all the hobby stuff has kind of died down. So I was just lucky to have some extra cash at the time and pick that up. We got a little hang tag just for fun, I guess. Should your Grover tuners ever fail, return them to us. This instrument is equipped with genuine Grover machine heads. So I guess that's if like you're restoring stuff. Comes with some little screws and bushings. We don't need any of that. That's going right on the floor. And the tuners actually look pretty nice. They're pretty smooth. So, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to using these, but they're just not, they're not OEM. They're not the original tuners. So we're just taking out the screws and we're living with it. Ooh. Well, we got more. No, just kidding. So yeah, that was a question someone had, like, they had found one in their closet. Yeah, basically these guitars are only worth anything to people who are like obsessed with Nirvana, like I am. I fucked up the words. So if you don't have an obsession, they're almost not worth it. Wow, doing like so. Guys, I wish I had a table here. Like, I really do. I was gonna film this in my room like the last time I did a guitar video where I upgraded stuff, where I had the 60 cycle Humstang. But turns out, it's just too loud in there, and the lighting is just bad, and there wasn't a way to make it work. And I've put an exercise bike in there, and I really don't want to move the exercise bike out. So here we are with this tiny ass table. I apologize. Maybe in the future I'll get a bigger table. Not maybe. In the future I will get a bigger table. I'll declare that now. I have one on my Amazon wish list. It's just like a little folding table. I think would be great. Hopefully these screws actually fit. That would kind of blow chunks if they didn't. Oh yeah. Looks like it's not fitting so far. So far, so good. So far, so good. Sometimes you gotta roll it back. Oh, we got something. Oh, we're hooked. There we go. Whoops. You know, just smash the vintage guitar Nirvana. Just smash the crap out of it. You only paid $800 for it. Who even cares? Who even cares? I wanna like get down on one knee to fix this. So I'm not gonna use a drill on the headstock, by the way. Try to avoid using drills when you're doing stuff like this. Just make it hand tight if anyone's following along at home, and I'll just make sure this is smooth and working. Sweet. That tuner, so the tuning machines were a little bit seized when I first got the guitar, but after playing with them and like using them for a while, they're good. They hold tune pretty well. It surprisingly holds a lot of tune for having a trem and being super old and also being mega cheap. So I mean, like I said in the first video, like originally these things sold in the 70s for like 80 bucks. They were like not sought after guitars until Cobain used a ton of them. So like I said, these pretty much are worthless to anyone except for Cobain heads. Nirvana fanatics like me. Right, and then we're gonna get one more screw out because that's what we gotta do these days. Wow, I'm really just doing this the worst way possible. I'm just like pressing the guitar against my side. I'm just like some sort of crackhead. At least this is a higher quality video than the last one. The last one I had the camera so far away. It was like the second video I had filmed for the channel. It took me forever to edit it. So hopefully it should at least, oh, it came out already. It should at least be good. I actually don't know how these like posts haven't come out, or like the gears haven't come all the way out. Like these ones are coming right the hell out. I wonder if these are the same ratio. Ooh, they look the same. So if I ever lost one, I do have that. That's good to know. These tuners will be nice to have if I do buy more Hi-fliers. I want to get a phase 1 because they're actually kind of cheap because no one really wants them. I'd like to get a white one. I think that'd be fun. And then I want to get, there's a couple Mosrite copies I've seen just floating around. This one is fucked up. This one is fucked up. What is going on? There's a couple Mosrite copies I've seen floating around on Reverb that are from like kind of the same era that aren't Univox. I think that would be kind of fun to check out a couple of those and see how they stack up. I don't know if that's gonna fall out again. If it does, I have enough screws to make it work. But with that being done, look at that. So you can tell that they're a little bit newer, and you can also tell I screwed them in using a screwdriver. The old ones are just they're just like a little bit more matte, just from years of playing and being used. Or this guitar specifically was probably just sitting in a closet for like 40 years. But I mean, it was touched a little bit. You can tell it was played a tiny bit. There's some scratches back there. Maybe it was just really well taken care of, because it's honestly, this guitar is in good shape. The only like thing that I found that was bad about it was the neck pickup was falling apart when I got it, and I had to glue it back together because it was like actually like the wax was like melting and falling apart. So I might send these to a pickup guy to get them rebuilt, but I'm not too worried about it right now. Not too worried about it. So I probably won't make a video about that. Now we got to do the fun part. So someone's jammed this humongous screw onto this guitar to use as a strap button. And it turns out this guitar doesn't want a humongous screw. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a couple things. We want to get this button in here, but this screw hole is too big now because that other screw is too large. It was too large for the hole. But basically what I want to do is clear off this table so I could have some room to actually work. Probably should have done that with the tuner, but it's okay. You live and you learn. And we're going to take this toothpick. If you've never drilled and refilled a hole on a guitar, it's pretty simple. You take a toothpick. Some people just raw toothpick the hole. They just toothpick in, screw in, Bob's your uncle, that's it. I don't do it like that way. I take toothpick, I put it in a little bit of wood glue. This is just Elmer's Carpenter's wood glue, and I just chuck it into the hole, let it dry for like a second, and then drill my bad boy in there. And if the glue's a little bit wet when the screw goes in, doesn't matter because it's just gonna bond to the screw, so we'll be chilling. So that just lets you put small screws in big hole. If you have a bigger hole, put more toothpick. And it's pretty simple. We just open up the wood glue, toothpick, and just dip it in there. Don't need to get a whole bunch in there. Just a sizable helping. I want to get a little bit more. There we go. Like that's enough. We don't need that much, to be honest, but that's enough. Oh, I probably should have got some paper towels. It's okay. I have a rag. I have a rag somewhere. Okay. And then we just stick this bad boy in the hole. So I always cut the sharp tip off on the bottom. I always cut that off. And then I'm gonna go grab a rag to wipe off the excess around there, and then I'll cut it flush, and then we'll be back. And while I'm doing this, thank you to everyone who watched, liked, and commented, or even like disliked and left some feedback. Really, I do appreciate it. That was one of my first videos. I'm still pretty bad at it. I'm not a video maker first. I'm just like a guy who's doing hobbies. So I've been learning a lot about video. Wow, I've been learning a lot about how to screw a fucking cap on too. But I've learned a lot about video making since I've started. So I'm trying to get the gear together to make it like work and make it a little bit more professional, but it's always gonna be a little jank, just cause I'm just a jank person. I'm just a little bit of a jank person. This is infuriating. This cap. Okay, there we go. Oh, you have no idea. But thanks for commenting, liking, doing all that stuff, because it is helpful. Even the guy who was like, hey, you opened the box too slow. I do appreciate that. I do need to stop opening boxes so slow. So hopefully this video is edited pretty nicely. I plan to, well, actually, I'm in college. You guys might have known this. My last, well, not my, I guess as of the time of me recording this, the last video that came out was my channel update video. And in that video, I was talking about how I was going to college. Anyways, long story short, my college has provided me with the full Adobe Premiere suite. So now I get to use Adobe Premiere. Well, not just like the whole Adobe situation. Sorry, I was looking at the looking at stuff. But yeah, now I get to use the whole Adobe situation, and it's gonna be fun. So, but yeah, I haven't been playing guitar as much as I used to. It's kind of sad. I don't know if it's just because YouTube or like my speaker blew out, and so I need to replace the speaker. I think it's because I biased it a little too hot, so I need to rebias it and bring it down a little bit, because I replaced the tubes on it. The tubes are fine, it's just you can tell the speaker's got like a tear in it because it's like warbling a little bit. So I bought a new speaker. Sweetwater guy was calling me earlier today. You guys know Sweetwater. So we're gonna wipe off some of this excess real quick, and then I'm gonna grab this. All right, and these are just wire cutters that I use for actually everything because I'm a psychopath. And then we're just gonna get that kind of centered and just cut it as flush as you can get. It doesn't matter if it's like not perfectly flush. If you have a flush cut saw, that's probably the best option, but it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so now we're gonna pull this out a little bit, and I'm gonna set this rag out so I don't start scraping everything. Oopsie. Alright, got the glary screw, gotta have the glary screw, and then we're gonna take the button. I just kind of like, you can use the like little nub of the toothpick to line it up, and then we can let that sit for a second and drill. We're actually not gonna set this to 12, we're gonna set it to like 6 or something, so it doesn't need to be that. Wow, dude, it's almost like I've never done this before. I've done this many a times before. You have to do this basically anytime you change a pick guard. You pretty much got to re-drill every single screw every time you change button. I put strap locks on all my guitars, so I've bought a new strap for this guitar. Not an actual Univox strap, but it's I think it's pretty cool. It's just like a little strap, for little leather strap that kind of looks like the what the Univox ones looked like back in the day. So, and we just start drilling it in. So it should just bite the toothpick, and then we're gonna get it to there where it's a little bit wiggly. I'm gonna finish the rest off by hand. That way I don't break anything. What you really don't want is the screw. Whoops. Is the screw just spinning. You don't want the screw just spinning in place after you drilled it in. That's how you know you drilled it too much. So I think we can go in a little bit harder. Okay, I think this is gonna always just kind of spin in place, and this strap button will probably fall out again. I might have to put another toothpick in there, but that's gonna be because the hole is too fucking big, because someone just put a big fucking screw in. Ooh, that's pretty sturdy. So it's not gonna be perfect, but it'll do. That'll do. So I might go back and fix that later off camera, but yeah, I wanted to do another video on the Univox because you guys seem to like it so much. So now we got both strap buttons. Now we can hold on to it by the strap buttons and we're fine. So this one's not going to come on anytime soon. I'm really giving it a yank. So it is spinning. That's just ass, to be honest. So they don't use the, so with a lot of strap buttons, they'll put like a little felt underneath the button. I guess that just helps for like maintaining pressure or something. I don't know what it's for actually. Maybe to not damage the paint. I'm not sure, but there's not one there, so I'm not putting one on there. I do have some more around, So if I do feel like putting one in there, I will, but for right now, I do not. So I think I'm gonna drill this in a tiny bit more. I think I need to, oops. Oh. Well, that did not help at all. Okay, we're leaving it. Hands off, hands off. You touch it too much, things go wrong. So, yeah, let me just give that a firm yank. That's not going anywhere. So, again, it is spinning. That's because I probably should put more toothpicks in there, but we're fine. We're fine right now. We're fine as is. Whoa, what the fuck happened? As we've jumped into the future, and everything's different. Well, basically, here's what happened and why this shot is different. The GoPro crashed when I was filming that about a month ago, and now it's been a month, like I just said. So I'm just gonna finish this up real quick. I don't have good lighting in this room. This is just the room that is not as dirty as the rest of my house, and this is not even clean. So that's the worst part. So we're just filming it in this room. So before the GoPro crashed, you know, we were installing some strap buttons and stuff. Oh, she's dirty. Hold on. Let me wipe this off. This is looking all nasty these days. Okay. Before the GoPro crashed, we were sticking some strap buttons on here, putting some screws in here. We were just talking about this freaking Univox because it's a beautiful baby boy or girl, depending on what gender you'd like this guitar to be. You guys can pick. And it's been about a month since then. The strap button has held up. I bought this strap for it. Look at that. It's like this nice blue color. It's like this kind of crushed leather. I don't know if that's the correct terminology, but it just looks cool. So I originally had another strap on it. I had this strap for it, which is also cool, but I was at the guitar store and I saw that blue one and I liked it a lot better. So now we have this strap. It's nice. So yeah, so she's sturdy, nothing's happening, she's not going anywhere. And at the end of the video, I was kind of talking about how I installed the strap button weird. I did install it weird. Oh, I can't take the strap off right now, it's kind of difficult. But the button part spins. The screw itself doesn't spin, but the button part spins because it's not tight enough. It kind of needs one of those like felt washers or something, or I don't know. I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's this, as long as the screw's not turning, we're chill. So that's that. So that's if you're wondering if that held up, yes, it's been a month. So the making of this video has spanned a month. So yes, my shitty job held up. So thank you guys for watching. I've been Navon. Hopefully you guys have been having fun, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm gonna get some thumbnail shots now, and then I'm going to film something else.